What's up, guys? Team YuGiOh here with the deck profile. My apologies for not posting a video sooner. I was gonna post one of the statuses on my channel and like in my feed so you guys would see it and let you guys know that I was sick. But I was actually pretty sick. I was sick for like 2.5, 3 weeks. I'm still kind of getting over it. It's been a lot of congestion and coughing and whatnot, really bad stuff. The first week it was complete fever and like body shutdowns and everything, which is always a blast. But today we're going to be taking a look at World Chalice deck profile. So this list is fairly similar to the guy who won the YCS in Europe. There are some differentiations that I went with and opted to do because it just worked better for me. But I'm going to go ahead and just display this and show you guys exactly what we play. So, obviously we play 3 World Legacy, World Chalice. This basically gives you the ability to link summon more, and it cuts your opponent off from using some extra deck monsters, which obviously is pretty good. Then we play 3 Lee. This is the Stratos of the deck. It's too good not to play. You got to play 3 of that card without a doubt. 1 Guard Dragon. I usually bounce back and forth between 1 and 2. It's kind of player preference, but I think 1 is all that you need. Then I play 2 Backend. I don't know. I just don't think you need more than 2 of this. I think it's pretty reasonable to just play the 2. Then non-World Chalice monsters, obviously 3 of the Venus and 3 Shine Ball. That should be no question. Then I actually play 2 Exodius. So if you open this in Venus, you should win the game. Like there's no doubt in my mind that you should win the game if you open this with Venus. Just the combos you can do are absolutely crazy and off the chain. I do play the 1 Rescue Ferret. However, I'm thinking about cutting it. As good as it can be, I just don't really like ever see it or use it. I don't know. It just doesn't give me results that I think are ideal. Then I do agree with the guys' lists with the Kaiju lineup for the most part. I was a little against it at first because I'm used to playing just 2 Gamseals in this deck and not playing either of these or side decking these. So playing just 1 of the Gamseel felt very weird at first, but now like I'm very used to it and it's fine by me. Then I play the 1 Eva with the Tourmaline. I don't have a Garnet. I never like attempted to get one because I didn't care. Like with this deck, it really doesn't matter what Gem Knight you have because you can just Saryuja your Gem Knight back into deck if you happen to draw it. So like the Gem Knight really doesn't matter in this deck. Then I play the 2 Orange that can be searched off of the Eva, and then the 3 Ash. Those are my hand traps for this deck. Moving on to the spells. So 3 Transmodify. If you open this with Lee and your opponent, like if your opponent ashes the Lee and then you have this, then you definitely win. If they let you search off the Lee and they ash the Transmodify, then you're probably in trouble. But like still, if they ash the Lee, which a lot of people like, a lot of people don't know how this deck works. So that's another advantage, is that it's not like the most popular deck. So being able to play a deck that's not the most popular, people don't know how the whole thing works, gives you the opportunity to resolve that a lot more easily. 3 Brilliant Fusion. It's pretty self-explanatory. Don't really have to go in depth as to how that card works. 2 Waterfront. We don't play Terraforming because we don't play bad cards in this deck. This isn't a field spell deck. This is just 1 extra card that can help you like get off with your combos, which is always good. 1 World Legacy's Heart. 1 of this is fine. Usually you just search it on your second turn off of World Legacy, World Chalice, which is nice. 1 Unexpected Die. This card is, it's okay. It just gives you a free Imduck, which gives you like that additional normal for a World Chalice monster, which is pretty solid. Then the 1-ofs, 1 Foolish, 1 Soul Charge, and 1 Reborn. That's pretty self-explanatory in this deck, that's for sure. So let's move on to the extra. So 3 Imduck, 2 Ib, 1 Auram and 1 Ningirsu, or Ningirsu, whatever you guys call it. This ratio works for me. I haven't had any issues with it. I think it's a pretty solid ratio. Yeah, it's just, like, playing 3 of the Imduck is important. I've thought about playing 3 of the Ib, but it never really, like, it never majorly comes up. For the World Chalice Link monsters, we're playing a Link Spider, Binary Sorceress, which can either be this card or Proxy Dragon. It's player preference. I bounce back and forth between the two. I don't have a preference. It just doesn't make a difference to me. 1 Trigate. This card's really good. 1 Firewall. And then this is where, like, things really differentiate, is that I only play 1 Skull Dread. And I apologize, you guys are going to hear my phone ring in the background, but I only play the 1 Skull Dread because I don't like... there are opportunities where you can make a second one on your first turn. Like, don't get me wrong, there are plenty of opportunities where making a second one is viable, and it is a solid option. I just personally don't ever have it come up where I need the second one. I think there are better plays to do than make a second one. It just, I don't know. To me, playing just 1 is okay, especially considering I'm playing the 1 Borolo Dragon on top of it, because the Borolo Dragon is going to give you some really, really cool, nasty plays, which will really push your game forwards and help you secure those wins. Then we play the 1 Baguska. This is tricky. I don't ever make this. However, there are instances where you could make this, and it would completely cut your opponent off from doing, like, anything. So this card is a very viable option. And then, of course, the Seraph Knight. That's something that would be assumed with the Brilliant Fusion. Then onto the side deck here. Side deck is, per usual, I never have a set side deck until, like, I play in an event. But with that being said, 2 Lancia. It's just, this card is really unfair, and it's just really good, and I like it. Spells, 3 Twister. I know the guy from the YCS was main decking 2 of them. I didn't find a reason to main deck 2 of them. I just, I don't know, I thought that siding them was better. 3 Mind Control. This is, like, the best card, without a doubt. 1 Dark Hole, 1 Raigeki. That's as simple as it gets. Traps, 3 Anti-Spell. I agree with this. This is a really, really good choice. And then 2 Evenly Matched. I don't want a third one. I don't want to own a third one. 2 of this card is fine in any deck. I've played this card for months now, basically since it's come out, and I honestly don't like it. I've, like, said this in a lot of my deck profiles. I like Evenly is only good against a very few select decks. For me personally, in my experience, I think the only decks that it's really good against are Draco and Paleo, because Magician can out this card very, very easily, and having Magician, like, get the ability to out a card like this just makes it inherently bad. Whereas, like, with Paleo, they can't really out this unless they unless they have the Mind Crush, obviously, or, like, Dark Bribe or Wiretap. But, like, those are cards they have to draw. Whereas with Pendulum Magician, they're going to have negates for this card. Like, Paleo has to draw into it, whereas things like Pendulum Magician just spit it out on the board like it's nothing. And then Draco, like I said, same thing with Paleo. They have to draw into something to be able to negate this. I just don't think it's, like, that good, except against those 2 decks, because every other deck does not lose to this card, to be completely honest. But that is the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comment sections down below. And this is Team YuGiOh Fails signing out.